Hi, I'm Lady Red and this is Lady Red's Tech Reviews. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here and if you're not, then welcome back. Today we're going to take a look at the OnePlus N200. This phone's been out for a year. Is it still worth it in 2022? Let's take a look at it and see. The N200. I bought this off of a customer a few months ago, and you've heard me talking about it in live streams, how I just haven't gotten to the video yet. There was a reason I haven't made it yet, and I just didn't know it, okay? Some updates have happened, and they made it great. And then some other things came into this phone and made it not so great. So I am prepared to make my full review of the OnePlus N200 1 year after release. Is it still worth it? Is it still a great phone? Let's take a look. Full specs for this phone will be at the end of the video, along with some shots that I have taken with the N200, so you can check out the camera if you want to do that too. So if it's the specs you came to see, they're going to be all the way at the end. And this video has been sponsored by the Programmer Coach. So if you want to check them out too, there's a link in the description and a video following the specs. Without any more, let's get right into it. The battery on this phone is a beast. The optimization is on point and it lasts 4 days. Like, I've left this thing sitting untouched, unused, and I charge it like once a week. I have played games on this phone. Can't really find a game I like, but I've played some games on this phone. It runs flawlessly. Now, before we get into the settings, I'm going to show you exactly what got on my last nerve. Still continues to bother me. This came in after the Android 12 update. About a week after that update, this happened. What is that? I don't like it. This is not convenient. This does not make any part of this phone easier to use. It's pain. Right directly in my seated area. You have to hit it again to get to the menu. You got a conveniently located menu here. This was my first experience with the Oxygen OS, and I'm really pleased with that. It's just that one little menu thing that I don't like. Let's take a little tour. It is set up a little differently than your stock Android experience, and that's fine. I like a little difference. I like a little change. I have the dark theme turned on. Wi-Fi, mobile network, Bluetooth, connection and sharing. All this is pretty standard stuff. Home screen, lock screen, display brightness, sound vibration, notifications, and status bar. All those options are pretty standard. Password security, privacy, safety and emergency battery. You notice they're arranged a little differently, but that's pretty normal. Different manufacturers arrange their menus differently. Apps. The app menu is basically the same. Now, this did not come with a lot of bloatware on board, and I appreciate that. This is what we got here. I have added some apps to this. Not a whole lot, but some. This will give you just an idea. You can see the ones I've added, obviously, and the ones, that did come with McAfee security. Mobile Patrol is an add-on by me. But that'll give you an idea. And going right along, everything else is pretty basic. Special features. OnePlus Shelf. Launch the shelf from the top right corner. We're going to turn that off now. That shelf thing was so annoying. I've waited to turn it off just to show it to you. So that's how you turn it off. Work-life balance, that never really, other phones have a similar thing. I don't find it, helpful at all. Scout, unlock smarter search for, Digital well-being, that's another one. Parental controls, now if your kid's using this phone, that's where you're going to want to use that. System settings. And this is where you can change over to the 3-button navigation. Right there. Pretty simple. Vibrate on back. Switch to tap. Hide the gesture bar. I'm going to leave my gesture bar right where it's at. And there you go. Screenshot. 3-finger swipe down. Let's turn that on. 3-finger touch and hold is what I have been using. Let's just change it up a little. Delete original image after editing. You can turn that on. Alright. And these are your other options here. RAM boost. Let's check that out. I have it enabled, RAM boost. This was where it shuts off everything you're not using, or that's running in the, may or may not be running in the background. Shuts it all off, gives you a little extra RAM. Let's see. And this is also an AI feature. By learning the usage of the device, RAM Boost can predict the apps to launch and data to load, taking full advantage of the RAM capacity to speed up the daily performance. It's an AI thing. Android 12 has an AI feature, and it is awesome. Alright, but that's your tour of the settings. Now that we have turned off that pesky little shelf, you can see it all right there. Let's take a look and see just how fast. Let's close everything out and see how fast it will load some basic stuff. Calendar. Snippy, snippy. Alright, let's see. Clock. There we go. And let's load files. Alright. Okay, now we're going to clear everything out and load files. Okay, it's pretty snippy. Not seeing a lot of lag. That's great. I don't want to wait to open anything. Let's open the phone. There we go. And now let's open something random. This is also a test of my home internet, but there we go. And let's take a quick look and see what camera features are available with the N200. You've got night vision, which is also available with wide angle, standard, zoom, standard, zoom, video mode, photo, portrait, and let's see what else we got here. Pro mode, which that's going to give you the options right down here of changing your lighting, your exposure. I'm not very good at using that, so we'll leave that for the pros, right? Extra HD, panoramic, macro lens, slow-mo, and time-lapse. I'm going to have a spec screen right at the end of this video, and we're going to show off the camera on this, and you can tell me what you think about the camera down in the comments. My final thoughts on this phone, I've been using it as it's just a side piece basically for the last several weeks. I have no problem whatsoever with this phone. I did not like the shelf feature. I find it pointless, extra junk. I don't know why they decided to put that in there. It just gets in the way of the usability of this phone. When you drop that menu down, you don't want an extra thing here. You want to get to whatever it is you're trying to go to. You know, you don't want something else there. You don't have to keep fiddling with it to get to it. The battery is amazing. The camera, I'll let you decide on that. The camera could have used a little work, in my opinion. It's just not, it's not the greatest. It's not terrible, but it's still a little, it's not the best. This is updated to Android 12. Originally, it had Android 11. Just to show you right here that it is updated. And you can see just a little mini shot of the specs right there. Full specs will follow this video. So, stay here. Take a look at it. Check out those specs and the camera show. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Lady Red, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, quick question for you. Do you like going to work every day, doing what you're doing right now, forever? If not, I'd like to share with you a little about the sponsor of this video, the Programmer Coach. The Programmer Coach is an online coding program that helps people who are serious about earning a higher salary learn how to code and get a job as software developers. The program is unique in that they teach you how to code by doing, by practicing, and becoming highly competent in coding. No boring teachers, no watching endless videos, and no boring labs. Just enough knowledge to get started, and then practice, practice, practice. Plus, they provide you with coaches to help you whenever you run into any issues. And at the end of their program, they will work with you until you land a job. That's right, and you won't pay the bulk of your tuition until you actually land a job as a software developer. And the best part, the program is affordable and accessible for anyone and everyone. Sound good? To learn more, go to becomeaprogrammer.com right now. Once again, that's becomeaprogrammer.com